Hello. Can you guys hear me? Let me just see here. Okay, I think we're live now. Okay, now we got all the technical issues sorted out. So welcome to my webinar tonight, and sorry for the technical issues. I was using Webinar Jam the first time, and although I did a test run in the afternoon, when I started the webinar right now, it just crashed all the time. So I couldn't load it up and I had to log back in again. But now everything seems okay. So apparently you can all hear me and see me. And thank you very much for attending. Thank you very much for taking your time. And I won't waste any more of your time because we're already like 50 minutes late. And I'm going straight into the presentation if that's okay for you. I have opened a thread in the Facebook group, so you can maybe just type in the Facebook group if you've got some question or if you all of a sudden can't hear me. And because on Google Hangout, as you know, there is a delay of I think it's like 20 seconds or 30 seconds. And the other thing is as well, let's say I'm Webinar Jam crashes and I can't, I'm not realizing it, then I won't be able to see it because I don't know if you heard it that Matt Lloyd gave a webinar presentation and no one could see his screen, so he was talking all the time. And then Shakir was trying to get hold of him, so he called the hotel. And Matt Lloyd was back then in Titanium Mastermind in the Bahamas. And Shakir was trying to get hold of him to tell him that no one can see his screen. So the hotel sent someone to knock at the door of Matt Lloyd's room, and he didn't want to stop, obviously, or get the room, get the door because he was on the webinar. So this poor guy then kept on knocking on the door, and then Matt Lloyd started swearing at him, and he forgot to turn off the microphone. So he went out and then he was swearing at the poor guy, and then he explained that someone is trying to talk to him from London, so he said he should call back, and so he sent them away. And then somehow Shakir managed to get on the webinar. Still today no one knows how he managed that. And then he told Matt, okay, no one is seeing your screen and you're just talking. So that's what I want to avoid. So if we're going to lose connection again, just write me in the Facebook group, right? So now we are going to switch to the presentation. I'm going to take you right there. Okay, so hold on. Just a sec. Okay. Okay, I'm going to switch to the presentation. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to officially start the webinar. And as you know, I was at a mastermind in London. So I just want to ask, how much would you be willing to pay for an elite mastermind coaching program by millionaire mentor Shakir Hussain? I mean, everyone knows Shakir Hussain. He's one of the top earners in Moab. And I think he did something like 1.3 million by now. So what do you, just for yourself, you don't have to answer it, but just for yourself, how much would this be worth to you? And that someone like Shakir will help you out, will show you his business. That's what he actually does, and give you his advice on what to do and how he does it. So just for yourself, how about 25,000? This is what people pay for his coaching, right? So this is what they, between 25 and some pay even 50,000 to get his coaching. And the thing is, why he can ask for this, obviously because he gets results, not only for himself but also for his students. So how much then would you be willing to pay for the 5 top insights I'm going to give you that I got from the Elite Mastermind coaching program? Just for you as a thought. How much would this be worth to you? So how about I give it to you for free? So you don't have to pay the $25,000, right? Because I was just at, as I said, at the Elite Mastermind with Shakir Hussain the last weekend. I spent 2 days with him. We were 12 other people, and we had it was quite a tough weekend because we were sitting there behind closed doors from 8 o'clock in the morning till about 6 o'clock at night. So it was really tough. It was not just just fun. So Shakir was opening his business and was showing us what he does and how he really makes his money. So this is probably something you won't get a lot of. You won't get many times because other people, they just they won't show you anything, right? So just as an introduction, if you don't know me, my name is Tobias Rotthaler. I'm the founder and CEO of DuplicateYourSuccess.com. And in my former life, before becoming an internet marketer, I was a former stock trader and gold trader and was working for some of the biggest financial companies in the world for a couple of years. And I'm also a published author, and also I'm a world traveler, and I'm an internet marketer. So I'm a trader by profession, but an internet marketer by passion. So this is what I really like to do. And also I'm a passionate family man and a proud father of 2 boys, 2 and 4 years old. So that's about it, so so what you're here for, obviously, you want to see the 5 insights I got from the last mastermind. But be aware, those insights will not be like the latest traffic source or which Facebook ad converts best or how to implement the sales funnel, because those things are, believe it or not, those things are the easy thing. I know if you're just starting out, you think, no, that's the harder thing, how to get traffic, how to put up a squeeze page. That's somehow correct, but the really hard part is really the mindset. And not too many people are really talking about the mindset thing, because this is kind of sounds boring to many people, because most of the people, they want the latest traffic secrets, or the like the whatever works best on a practical standpoint. But I think it's most of the stuff, at least I had made the experience, is about mindset. When I got my mindset right, that's when everything shifted for me. So in the beginning, I was also just trying to get the latest ticket, but this changed when I started to work on my mindset and just made a major shift. So this might be kind of a surprise to you, but really that's what we were talking about all the time in this mastermind. So the first point is really focus and concentrate. I'm just going down the list because then I'm going way more in detail for each point. So it's focus and concentrate was the first main point. Then the second one is to create your story. I know this sounds now a little bit vague to you regarding the story, but I will go into much more detail later. Then you should become a likable character. Then you should obviously become a producer. Stop being a consumer. Most of the people, they never get out of the state of being a consumer, so that's why they don't make money. And one of the probably uh, most important ones, obviously, is progress over perfection. You just have to do that stuff, right? So, but we are going to in way more detail later on. So now, why is this so crucial now? Not only for you, but also for more or less for everyone. I would say the first reason is implementing those 5 insights. If you're just starting, it will get you up and running rather sooner than later, rather sooner than the other people. And if you're kind of stuck on a certain level, if you have already been in this online game a little bit, it will get you unstuck. And you will find out later why. The second reason is if you implement those 5 things, it will make the big difference for you between failing and succeeding. And at least this was for me the case, because when I implemented when I started implementing those 5 insights, this is when everything changed for me. And the third one is, if you will implement those, you will have an unfair advantage, and you will be ahead of the other 95% of your competition. And this is because no one actually does this. There are only like a couple of people. I guess it's probably even less than 5% who really do those things, and those are the top earners. So, there is a reason why this works, but, you will see why. So, my presentation, this is for you if you have an online business, if you have problems with conversions. That was my biggest problem. If you don't know how to get people to buy, if you have a list, and even if you don't have a list, because even if you don't have a list, I started out with no list. Everyone starts out with no list, but then I kind of neglected it, and I didn't build a list for quite a long time. So, but still, it still worked when I implemented those 5 insights. If you're promoting a BizOp, a network marketing opportunity, or something like this, but I think because it's a mindset thing, it's also if you're promoting, like stuff as a CPA, or if you just a normal affiliate for affiliate products, and just like network marketing stuff. And also, if you're brand new, or also if you've already been longer online. As I said before, if you're brand new and you implement the stuff now, it gives you a head start. If you have already been longer online and you haven't quite made so much money as you wanted to, this will help you as well. This is not for you if you think you know it all. I've seen it a couple of times that people ask Shakir for for his advice, and then Shakir started talking, and all of a sudden they knew everything better. But then I thought, why do they know everything better, but still not make as much money as Shakir, right? The other thing is, if you won't take action, because you have to work, this is it's not like a push button software. You have to work. I mean, I saw it over and over again. Like Shakir, the hours he works, it's unbelievable. And it's the same with all the other top earners. If you're already making 6 figures per day, I guess I can't help you, because I'm not there yet. I mean, I've did it once or a couple of times, but not not on a regular basis. So if you're doing on a regular basis this much money, I guess that's not for you. As I said before, if you want to get rich quick or push button system, this is not for you. So this presentation goes probably on for like 60 minutes or so. So please turn off your cell phone, close the door, and just get comfortable, get your preferred drink, and especially have an open mind, right? And take notes. I mean, this will be recorded, so, but you still want to take notes, I guess. All right, so just before, otherwise I have maybe the FTC looking for me. I have to, read you the expectation and earning disclaimers, even though we are all adults here. So my results are not typical. Those are my results. You could do much better or much worse than me. And I do not guarantee that you will make any money from your use of what I'm teaching you. And this is not a get rich quick deal. In fact, most people who buy stuff don't do anything and therefore don't make any money. All right, so this is a disclaimer. I just have to get it out of the way. So now, before we go in further detail, my shocking confession is, although I recently just made like $6,600 in one day, it wasn't always easy for me, not at all. In fact, here's like a kind of a nightmare story. I've worked all my life in financial corporations, although it was a very well paid job, and those were some of the biggest financial companies in the world. And I loved the hectic and crazy markets, the financial markets. But at the end, it's just like a job, like in anyone else, right? So I was always looking for something else, and because it's quite a stressful job to be a stock trader, and so I was still looking for something. Then at some point, I found internet marketing, and I was fascinated ever since, and I was hooked. So I've been dabbling in internet marketing for quite a while, and to be honest, way too long than I would like to admit. And for years, I just struggled. I struggled to make any money at all, let alone create like a full-time job, which was my dream. And there were several reasons. And I guess one was because I wasn't really committed, because as I said, I had a quite a good paying job. So I was never like really, I didn't have to make money, right? Because I had a good job, a good paying job. And so it was just kind of a hobby. But because I treated it as a hobby, it paid me as a hobby. So I wasn't too focused. I wasn't too committed. And also, like most of the newbies, I suffered from the shiny object syndrome. And, I never got one single thing to work because I didn't stick with it, right? And I guess if I would have stick with one thing, I would be, one of those top paying or top earning gurus today. But I never really stick to one thing. I started things. I was very enthusiastic about one thing, and then, maybe I didn't get results right away. So I just left and was looking for something else. So, then one day, I not only got so frustrated, but even worse, I also got fired from my job. So I was sitting here with a family and thinking, okay, what's now, So it was a little bit scary. But then, I said, okay, I have to get this to work now, because now I'm without a job. So what to do? So I got myself a mentor, and I said, okay, what shall I do? Tell me what I need to do, and I'll do it. Because now, obviously, I was with the back against the wall, so I had to make it work. So I got myself a mentor. I did what he told me. I didn't really question it, because okay, now I'm paying it, so I just do what he does, because he earns obviously more money and gets more done than I. So I just do what he tells me. And so I took action and I implemented, I did whatever he said, but I still didn't make any money, even though I really worked my butt off. So I did all I was told and even more, but I still did not see success. So I got really frustrated even more, because nothing happened. I didn't get any results, but still, I kept on going. I was in touch with my coach. I told him what I do, and that nothing happens and nothing works. But he, always guided me through, and I just didn't give up, right? So, and then one day, ta-ta, I got my very first sale. And, I still remember like today, as if it would be today. Today it was, a sale for $49. So I kept 44, I think $50 as commission. And although this wasn't the dollar amount that made me so happy, it was just the fact that finally something worked. Finally I made a sale. To me, I didn't care how much it was. It was just that, okay, finally something worked. I got it to work. And then, a couple of days later, the second sale, and then they kept on coming. So I knew, okay, now at least it's working, right? So they came. I did more and more than I got some results. I tested, and then I could improve on this. And then finally, I got my very first big payday of $6,600 in one single day. And this was then where I thought, okay, this is now really, now I got some foundation, and now it really works. And I never looked back ever since, right? So now today, I'm traveling the world, and I'm meeting amazing people from all around the globe, and also I'm getting access to some of the top internet marketers, right? And most of them you probably will know. I mean, here it shows me with Matt Lloyd, the founder of Mope in the Bahamas, was at the Titanium Mastermind. And here is Mike Dillard. I guess everyone knows Mike Dillard, the living legend. And I met him in London while I was at an event in London. And this is my millionaire mentor, Shakir Hussain. I guess you know him all because he's one of the top earners in Mope. And then here, I guess if you're doing email marketing, you know him, Andre Chaperon. He's an absolute email marketing legend. And Tom Beal, I don't know if you know him. I didn't know him before I met him here. He was Rich Schefren's former business manager. And Rich Schefren is obviously the guru to the gurus, right? So now enough talk about me. I guess you want to know the 5 secrets I told you before. So just to recap, focus and concentrate, create your story, become a likable character, become a producer, and stop being a consumer, progress over perfection. Now I would like to go into more detail for each and every point. The first one is focus and concentrate. As I said before, I think I failed big time and all the time because I didn't focus. I just jumped from one thing to the other, and I didn't see through one thing. Just stick with one thing and just make it work, and just stay with it, because otherwise you always jump from one program to the next one, from one traffic method to the next one. So it's not even like concentrating on one program, but also on how to promote it. So either you stick with, let's say, Facebook marketing, or you stick with solar ads or banner ads. Just choose one, and at least stick with it for at least 90 days. And then, even if it then doesn't work at all, if you can't get it to work, choose something else. But at least you gave this traffic method a chance to work, right? Because how do you log 100-year-old oak tree? You don't cut it in 1,000 different places. You cut it in one place 1,000 times. This is the way you get it down. So instead of going, trying traffic from Facebook, traffic from Bing, traffic from solar ads, just stick with one thing and then make this work, right? So that's what it really is. Stop jumping around, stay with one thing, focus on what really matters. And there's one saying, the sun's energy warms the world, but when you focus it through a magnifying glass, it can start a fire. So focus is so powerful. And I think this is really what it comes down to regarding this point, focus and concentrate. Just stick with one thing and make this work. I think this will really, really help you get some more results, even if you just implement this one, right? So obviously there's the saying with the shiny object syndrome that everyone has. And this is really what it comes down to. Just focus, stick with one thing. Next one is create your story. I didn't really believe in this one in the beginning as well. Because I said, why do I need a story? Well, why should I tell people who I am, what I do? I mean, I just want to sell them my program. I don't want to tell them a story. But if you believe it or not, storytelling tells. I mean, no matter what, if you see the commercials from the big companies, it's all storytelling, right? So they're not just presenting something, they really tell you stories, right? And you have to tell the people a story of your own, a mission, and like that is bigger than just money and bigger than you, like bigger than life. And I tell you why. Because many people, and I heard it at the mastermind in London, people don't, hold on, I think they lost me. Let me see, just checking. It seems okay. Seems okay. Okay, we seem to have some problems because someone just wrote me that they lost me. I'm trying to get back. Just a second. We're testing here. Sorry for this. Okay, it seems to be on their side, so we have to keep on going. Okay, as I said, storytelling sells. And I tell you something. I were at the mastermind in London, and Shakir went around to all the people and asked why did they join his mastermind. And there were some people who said, okay, because you offered a sales funnel and you offered some solo ads. But most of the people said because of him, and what he envisions with his business, because he wants to help people to make their first $10,000, $100,000, and he wants even, I think, to make 10 millionaires this year, right? So there is a like a mission or something that has more to do with him, not so much sorry, with other people and with a why, and not so much with his own story. So or making money, right? So this is what you really have to do, because this attracts people, and not just make me a sales funnel or so. And the other thing is as well, people will join you first for you and your why, and then for your what. What you have you offered. Have you got a business opportunity, or have you got like traffic or whatever? So people really join you for you. People buy people and not business, right? So then they might say, okay, how do you make money? And then maybe they join you as well in your business, but not because they were attracted to you because of business, but because because of you and your mission. And then for you, the bigger your why, the easier the how. It took me a long to understand, but it's really when it's really getting tough, when you're struggling. If you have a big why, let's say, it's obviously most of the people that say when you ask them what's your why, they say their family, which is nice. But I think it has to be a little bit bigger than that it really, if it really gets tough, that it sees you through. So maybe think about what is your why, write it down, and it must be a really big why. And every time it's getting tough, just look at this paper and make yourself aware again, what is your why. And I guess if your why is really strong, then it gives you the strength to carry on. And so you should be yourself. Everyone is already taken. I like this quote by Oscar Wilde, because you should not be pretending to be somewhere else, but you should just have your own mission and just be you, because this is why people join you, because of you. So the next insight is become a likable character. I thought it's in the beginning I thought, why should you be a likable character? But this is really people want to do business with with nice people. I mean, they don't have to be necessarily funny, but they should be they should be nice. And I mean, so I was told by Shakir that I have to practice smiling. So he said, every morning go in front of the mirror and smile. And I mean, people, you don't want to do business, or you don't want to join someone who's grumpy and miserable, right? So you rather join someone who's who you like, right? So that's a big thing. I mean, I've never seen like one of the top earners who's really like grumpy or so, unless they're like CPA marketers who don't have anyone to join their business, and then you don't see them. They can be anywhere, somewhere, and they don't have to talk to anyone. So that might be different. But I mean, in the business we are in, like in the biz op or network marketing, you're speaking to people. You have to direct them. Then this is what I found regarding likable. I've trained myself to illuminate the things in my personality that are likable, and to hide and protect the things that are less likable. This is from Will Smith. And I just, he's also a very funny guy, so I like him a lot. So next thing is very important: become a producer, stop being a consumer. I can tell you from my own experience, I just made my my tax, for the revenue, for the government. I did my, I don't know what's called in English, tax. I had to pay my tax. So I was putting together, in Germany you can put together all the stuff you were buying for your business, and then you can deduct it from your revenues, right? So I just was a little bit shocked how much money I spent on courses, on ebook, on, I don't know, it's just unbelievable. So please do me a favor, stop being a consumer, right? Just because the producers, they earn money and the consumers spend, obviously. That's also not only in internet marketing, because if you always go out eating, obviously you're just consuming and you're just spending money. But regarding internet marketing, stop wasting time and money buying stuff that you never implement. And I think that's the most important part of the sentence, that you never implement. At least it's in my case. I have so many ebooks and courses on my hard drive. I mean, I'll be lucky if I went for the first chapter or the first tutorial. But I've got so many courses, that are still. I just bought them, download them, put them on the hard drive, and never looked at them. So please do me the favor, stop doing this, because it's just wasting your time. Because you got enough courses. If you look on your hard drive, you got enough courses and you've got enough knowledge to go out there and do something. I'm not saying to build the latest and biggest sales funnel. Like a squeeze page, and that goes to a sales page of your affiliate product, is in fact a small sales funnel, right? So you're able to do this. And if you're not, if you don't know yet, like the technical stuff, just Google it or YouTube it. All the information is out there. It's really easy, but you have to get something done, because all the courses and the knowledge you got already, you got enough, right? So stop wishing, stop dreaming, stop hoping, start doing. Just do something, right? So you have to obviously switch from consumer to producer. So take action, do something. The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action, right? This is really the key here. I know it took me a long time to get out of my learning mode, out of my, researching mode. And instead of just taking one course, implementing it, and doing it, I was always researching something else. Now I was always preparing to be prepared, right? So just do it. Just go out there and do it, because otherwise um, you will never take off. And the fifth, and I think one of the most important ones, is progress over perfection. I can tell you like a live example. I mean, the my webinar now. I mean, it started late. It crashed before the time. Well, currently I don't even know how to see the presentation and the chat at once. And I think up to a couple of hours ago, I had no idea how Webinar Jam works. But the thing is, just get it out there. I mean, obviously you do mistakes and you fail, but if you fail forward, it still helps you. If you see it as, because many people are afraid of making mistakes, but don't be afraid of the fear of making mistakes. Just make the mistakes, learn of them, and just move on. Because if you see it as not making mistake, but finding a way that doesn't work, it's just mentally better, instead of saying, oh, I don't want to make any mistakes. So learning by doing, just do it. I mean, as I said, I had no idea how Webinar Jam works. So I YouTubed a little bit. I was going through some tutorials, and I just said, okay, I'm going to put it up. And especially because I created the webinar, like the technical stuff behind, so I could send out the registration link. And once the registration link was sent out and people started registering, I thought, okay, now there's no way for me going back, because now I'm on the spot, I'm on the line, and so I have to do it. So good is good enough, right? Don't try to get it perfect. Get something decent done and get it out and test it, right? Because otherwise you will always get stuck. An okay sales funnel that is live is better than a perfect sales funnel that is not up and running, right? Because you can't test it. And if you just learn and have the theory is okay. You kind of have to know how things should work, but you have to go out there and implement it, and get it on on the road, because otherwise you never find out if the theory also works in practice, right, or in reality. So like as Sir Richard Branson said, screw it, just do it, right? So, or if like Nike said, just do it. So, but now comes the most important, obviously the sixth secret, which I didn't tell you. And none of the 5 insights I show you now will work if you don't take massive action and implement. Nothing will work. You have to do it. Another, as I said in the very beginning, I didn't show you like the last traffic tactics, which everyone likes to have. Most of the people think the traffic stuff is the hardest part, which is actually not true, because it's the most easiest one, because there's always traffic out there. The harder part is obviously how to convert the traffic. But this is where those 5 insights come in. How to convert the traffic into sales. And this is, what most people miss. And, including me, I didn't get that at the beginning. I thought traffic is my big problem. I have to get, the right traffic. I mean, there's traffic out there, in the billions. And obviously you have to kind of get your targeting right, but then still, you have to convert the traffic, and this is where those 5 insights will actually help you, right? So this is more or less what we were going through in Shakir's mastermind. And even though we obviously also did um, some practical things like, you know, talking about traffic and so on, Shakir always came back to this. I mean, if we said, okay, why do you do this, and why doesn't it work for me? So when he, you know, scrutinized our situation, our sales funnel stuff, it always came back to, you know, that most of the stuff he was teaching then, the 5 insights, kind of didn't, something was missing then, you know. Either we didn't have the story, like I didn't have my story ready, so I had to create my story. And other people, they also didn't have their story, or some of them, you know, they were still in a learning mode. They didn't want to actually kind of invest some money and just buy some traffic to test the funnel. They had their sales funnel ready, but they didn't want to test it. Right? So just to summarize the 5 insights: focus and concentrate. You have to create your story to get people attracted to you. Then you have to become a likable character so people want to do business with you. And please stop being a consumer and become a producer, right? And with producer, I don't mean necessarily to create a product or to, you know, but just producing something like a sales funnel and get it out there, instead of always buying courses about sales funnels, right? And then the other thing, progress over perfection. Just get something out. I mean, obviously, technically, it has to work. I mean, the squeeze page has technically be connected to the autoresponder. So once people subscribe to your list, that they actually get to on your list. But still, don't, you know, don't try to get it perfect with maybe the which fund, or how big the fund is, or which you know, just get it out there, just get it out. And then once you have something out there, you will see you know, you get some results, and then obviously you can improve them, you can split test them, and then you get some results. And this is when the fun really starts. And then obviously take massive action and implement, because without this, nothing of those 5 insights will ever work, right? This is what Tony Robbins had to say: the path to success is to take massive, determined action. And also here is obviously determined action is the key word, because if you just take massive action, you can be very busy, but still not get any results, because you have to not just be busy, right? So now, how can you're asking, how can I use this to get results now, right? Because I've got a coaching program which is called Duplicate Your Success Academy coaching program. And what I'm doing is, obviously, I'm not charging as much as Shakir is saying, because I am not a million earner yet. I'm going to hopefully be someday, but I'm not a million earner yet, so I can't charge as much as he does, right? So, but what I do is, because I've been in your shoes, maybe in your shoes, not such a long time ago, and I know exactly still how what it feels to struggle, and to just see everyone else making sales, and I'm not doing any sales. So this wasn't so much long ago. But what I can do is, I can take all the insights from Shakir and just translate them for you and teach them to you. This is what I can do. So this is what is the Duplicate Your Success Academy coaching program? It is a simple 21-step training program, which helps you make your first 1,000, 3,000, or even 5,000 commission. And it's also got short and easy to watch videos and webinars, and also got many other programs that help you, like in your online marketing career, just to the technical stuff with traffic, setting up squeeze pages, and so on. and you even get your own personal one-on-one coach. It's a top tier coach, and he's working on your business strategy, right? He's rather saying, okay, where are you in your life right now? What are your financial resources? Where do you want to go? So it's really a business, not just like saying, okay, pay me here, and then just we leave you. And you also get a person one-on-one coach, a top tier coach for the traffic strategy, because obviously once you got everything in place, you want to know, okay, how do you get traffic? And many times people who come online, they have no idea about traffic. So there is Facebook traffic out, there is Google AdWords out, there is Bing, there is banner ads, there's solo ads, there's PPV, and so they have no idea what would work for them. So this is where the traffic coach comes in. And it is the internet only done for you system, right? That will deposit $1,000, $3,000, and $5,000 commissions into your bank account like clockwork. But that's not it. That's not all. There's even more. So you even get, and this is probably one of the most important things for newbies, you get a professional sales staff, and they make the phone sales for you. So they call your leads on your behalf, and they will turn those people into buyers, and then you will get a commission. And most of the time, this is where the big conversions happen, right? Because even though we are on the internet and people can buy and click just online without having to talk to anyone, many people will feel more comfortable if they can talk to someone. I mean, people have questions, especially if it's a high ticket. They have questions. They want to ask how things work, what happens if it doesn't work out for them, and so on. And if they can get someone on the phone, actually, it will help you with the conversions, right? So many newbies, they don't want to do this. They don't want to go on the phone because they say that, first of all, they have fear of talking to people, and the other thing is they say, I don't know what to tell them, right? Or they're afraid that they're getting rejection, or that people start asking hard questions. But here we got some professional people, some of the best in the industry, and they make the phone sales for you, right? So the other thing is, you don't have to worry about the product fulfillment, nothing to worry about this. It's all handled by someone else, and they do it for you. And then after you've gone through the program, you have access to a 30-day traffic made easy plan, right? So there will the traffic coach come in, and then you will talk to him and make up a strategy. What's the best traffic for you, right? So now you ask, who is this program for you, right? So this is for you if you feel overworked and underpaid, like if you wish to escape the rat race, which I wanted to do all the time. It was one of my biggest reasons. And if you want to earn money online, obviously, then if you're looking for a step-by-step program, because many people, they are so overwhelmed that they don't know where to start. So this step-by-step program will really help you. This will guide you through through all the troubles. So now, okay, here we go. And if you want to legally steal a top-notch sales funnel, I mean, this sales funnel, I don't know how many $1,000 have been spent to improve the sales funnel and to make it nearly perfect. And you're just going to utilize it, because you're not going to have to build your own sales funnel. You just utilize it. You kind of steal it, if you want to say so. But this is what you can do. And this is also for you if you want to become financially independent, because this is what's possible. If you want to travel around the world like I do, to some of the nicest locations, and where you meet some of those top earners, and those are all amazing people. I mean, I've been to to some of those events, and you wouldn't find out by their behavior who is a millionaire and who is not, because they're so nice. I mean, obviously there's some people who maybe they they want to show off, but most of those people in this community are very friendly, very friendly. So if you want to see results, and if you finally want to have your breakthrough, which I was looking for a long time, and I didn't know what to do to get this, or if you're just starting out and you don't want to go through the trial and error like I did. I mean, many people go through the trial and error because either they don't have the money for coaching, or they just don't know who is good. Because once you come into the internet marketing, like everyone seems to be like the guru, but you have to be a little bit longer in it to really know who is really serious and who is just like someone who's like selling your stuff, which doesn't really work. And if you're a serious action taker, you have to take action, because if you don't take action, nothing is happening. Because then I can help you to implement not only the mindset things which I was talking about to you before, but also the practical things, like how to set up squeeze pages, how to set up sales funnels, how to get traffic, and how to convert those leads into buyers. Then, but only then, you're exactly the person this course is for, and you're my dream client I want to work with. Because I mean, in the beginning I would take on just anyone, right? But in meanwhile, I rather say, okay, I'm going to work with those people who really take action and who really want success, and which are people I would like to work with, right? And because you're getting the exact same system I personally use right now, and which was which enabled me to have big paydays, like I told you before, 6,600 in a single day. And I mean, other people using the exact same system, they have even even higher paydays, and this on a constant, or on a every time, like every week or so. I mean, I know some of those people in the industry, and they just tell me, like, every time they get a $8,000 day, and this is not too seldom. But it depends, obviously. I mean, those will be people like Shakir Hussain or John Chow. But once in a while, to get like $5,000 days, I can help you there. So here's the breakdown what you're getting. So you're getting a 21-step training program, and before I joined this program, I wanted to have something built like this, and it wasn't even 21 steps; it was like 7 steps. And they were asking me for $3,000. Then you get your own personal business coach. Depending who it is, it might be even more than $5,000, because I mean, I showed you what other people paid Shakir, so it might be 5,000, not too much. Then your own personal traffic coach. I know that people who doing Facebook traffic right now and who do the ads for you, they ask for a retainer of $2,500 per month. So the $2,500 per month is only, you haven't got any traffic yet. It's just that they say, okay, we are going to drive traffic for you. And then obviously on top of that 2,500, you still have to pay for traffic, for Facebook traffic. Then you get the professional phone sales team. And one of the guys I spoke to, he said he is charging $2,000 per month if he does it for other people, plus a commission on every sales, right? And you get them to do the sales phone for you, right? So they work on your behalf, and you get a commission. And also the done for you product fulfillment. I mean, it's the only product fulfillment I know of that does all the stuff like this system does is Amazon. I mean, if you're a seller on Amazon and you send them your stuff, they do it for you, but then they still charge you, I think it's like 7% or so. So you got access to the traffic plan with your traffic coach, And all in all, this is a total value of $17,000, right? I mean, those are not numbers that are kind of made up, because those are really numbers that people have to pay out there if you get it separately, all the stuff, right? So what's my price then? I charge at least $197 for 1 hour of my time. If we get on Skype, I will charge $197 for 1 hour. So how about 3 payments of $197? Any taker? I'll make it even better. If you pay in full today, you pay just $297, which saves you $294 compared to 3 times payments, right? So this is the best deal. But I know out there will be many people who probably don't want to invest this kind of money, or maybe can't afford it in the beginning. So I can do something better. I will do the investment today is a small application fee of only $49. It's only an application fee, right? So once you have paid the $49, you will have direct access to your coach. The top tier coach I was talking to you before, and then you will get in touch with them, and he will ask you a couple of questions just to make sure that you're a good fit for the program. Because I don't want to have people in who don't take action and know everything already, and so on. So this just just kind of an interview. I'm not going to sell you anything on this, right? So this is just an application fee. And once you accept it, you get instant access to the coach, and they will be available to answer any questions you have. So if you got questions regarding your business setup, your business plan, and so on, they will all take care of this, right? If, on the other hand, you decide the program is not for you, you get the $49 back right away, refund on the spot, no question asked. So this is no risk for you, because you can pay the $49 application fee. You just talk with the coach, and then you see if you like it or not, right? So this is your next step, right? This is what if you would like to apply for the coaching, here's what I would like you to do. Go to the link below, bit.ly/work with Toby. Just go there, and then if you want to make your first sale online, or if you want to finally get some results, I can help you with this step by step. It's really a step-by-step program, and I will be there all the time for you. So I can help you out with this, right? So just apply there, and even though it's only $49, there is a 0 risk guarantee. So my guarantee is, if you're not making a commission within the 30 days of completing the steps, we will pay you $500 in cash. How about that? I mean, you're only investing $49, right? You have the possibility to just get a refund on the $49 if you don't like the program. But if you test it, just for testing the program, and you're going all the steps, and within 30 days completion, you're not making your first commission, we will give you $500 in cash. I mean, this is a guarantee. This is more or less insane, and no one really does it. But we happily do it, because we know if you go through the steps, you won't ask for a refund. This is the last thing on your mind. What I'm going to add as a bonus is I'm going to add my private mentoring from me personally. But it's not not some of my coaches, but it's me. So you get me personally as well as coaching, and you get 3 times an hour with me on Skype personally, just you and me, and you can ask me anything you want, whatever it is. Ask me anything for 60 minutes. And remember, I charge $197 per hour, right? So you can ask me anything, whatever it is. The other bonus is, the third bonus, you get access to my closed Facebook group, where I teach exactly what I do and how I do it. to get $6,600 days, right? And I break it down into little videos. People they post their stuff, they send me private messages. I review and critique their Facebook ads, their squeeze pages, whatever they have, whatever it is. They have total access to me, and this is what you get as a bonus as well. So just keep in mind, do you think that I can help you to earn at least $49? Because this is what's costing you the coaching program. Do you think I could be able to help you? If you think I can, and if you want to work with me, just go to the link below, right? And don't miss out. So now, do you have any questions? Let me go back again. I'm going back to so you see me, right? So I got one question here. How long will the coaching be for? Well, the coaching will be, as I said, you get direct access in the Facebook group, and this is for how long you want to stay there. And the 3 times 1 hour coaching calls with me on Skype, they don't really expire. Why should they expire? Because you might have questions in the beginning, you might have not, so I wouldn't force people just to get on Skype with me just because the call might this might expire. So you just get them, and you use them whenever you want. And what other questions do we have? What are the 20 steps about? Okay, the 21 steps, the 21 coaching steps, they teach you about like internet marketing, how it's done correctly, how the top tier funnel works. Because many times people, they come online and what they do is obviously they promote products that get a lower payout, but then you have to make a lot of those payouts. But I think the best business model is to look for a top tier business model that pays out high commissions, and this is what we're going to teach you. Okay, another question. What traffic sources we are going to use? This depends totally on you. I mean, some people, they like to do Facebook ads. I mean, it's very popular right now. Some people, they rather like to do solo ads, which is another popular traffic method. And then other people, they rather do PPV. You have those pop-ups coming. Other people, they like banner. So you just discuss with your traffic coach, and then you will, you see what you like, and then he can give you advice how to do it, how to implement it, and so on. So it's totally up to you. What other questions do we have? Okay, 30 days you get. If you don't make a commit, it's regarding the guarantee. If you don't make your first commission within 30 days of completing the steps, the 21 steps, you then can ask for a refund, and then you will get the $500 back, right? So you got the coaching program, you finish the coaching program, you got 30 days. If you don't make a commission within those 30 days of completing all the steps, you will get $500 back, right? Yeah. Okay. It's regarding the phone calls. I got someone asking if they don't want to use Skype. We can do it on the phone. What we can do also is like in person. I mean, if we meet somewhere, let's say we both meet somewhere in London, or if you want to come to Munich, then we can obviously meet in person. That's no problem at all. What other questions? Just scroll down here. Okay, I think that's it. So thank you very much for your time, and I think it's probably an hour now. It was an hour. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you got some value out of this. So please do me the favor and implement. Take action and implement, because this is what most of the time one of the biggest reasons why people fail is they don't implement. So just go out there, just do it, screw it, and do it. Right? Okay. Thank you very much, and I see you next time.